the time to do it, which is sad. Maybe 1 year. Yeah, no, I haven't been able to.
So it sounds like this season is getting back to the basics, like the high school basics. What does it mean, though, for Betty after, like, several years of all of that?
All of that?
All of that.
Yeah. I think it's sort of a good distraction and kind of refreshing to focus on senior year after all that's happened. Clearly a lot has changed in Betty's life. I think her life has been flipped upside down a little bit, and the idea that she can kind of sink her teeth into senior year is probably really good for her. And I think it's also very sentimental because she's with her best friends, and it's their last year to kind of do all this stuff together before things might change. So I think she's trying to be in a good place at the beginning of the season. Trying. It's hard when your dad was more in front of you.
So many people's parents are murderers on this show.
Yes, there's going to be no parents at the end of the show. They're all just...
Your performance, the scene when you had to decide whether you were going to shoot your father or not, first off, it was amazing. That was a very touching scene for the scene. How hard was that to film?
Well, it was 2 a.m.
Was it cold?
And it was cold.
It looked cold, I wanted to know.
It was cold, but it was I was actually surprisingly not that cold. It kind of felt a little shocking and almost like it didn't really, it was hard to imagine, obviously, being in that situation. I could never even begin to imagine. So as an actor, it was definitely challenging. But I think I just tried to play into the shock of it a little bit. But also Betty has had this war with her father for such a long time now, like this roaring, fire underneath between the two of them. And I think it's sad because Betty really did use Hal as like an ally last season. When Alice was brainwashed, she kind of turned to him, which is sad when you have to do that because your dad's a killer. It's not great, but he was there for her as a father figure, even when he was behind bars, which is crazy. So to have him gone, she's struggling with the fact that she can't really grieve him because of who he was. He was a murderer, and so she feels like she can't miss him. She can't grieve him. She can't mourn him. She feels guilty for doing that. So she's definitely going through that in the first episode, which is sad to see. But Jughead is really there for her, which is sweet. Yeah.
What's the biggest difference from filming a TV show versus towards filming a film? I mean, what was the hardest part for you?
Well, I started filming Hustlers as we were filming the finale episode of Riverdale, so it was like a lot of back and forth, and I was sleeping on planes, which was tiring. But movies are always so interesting and fun. I mean, I love film. That's what I always wanted to do, and it's great because you're there and you're working so hard and things move really fast and you're putting so much time and telling this story in kind of such a short amount of time, and then it's over and it's kind of tied up with a little bow and then it's done. And then with Riverdale, clearly it's kind of like it's ongoing, ever-changing. You have this family that you keep coming back to, so it's kind of this really nice, stable thing to have in your life. For me, being on a TV show is really comforting to know that I have a place to come back to, I have a family to come back to, I have my castmates to come back to. It's actually quite comforting. Yeah.
Throughout the seasons, they've addressed the topic of Dark Betty a little bit. How will we see her explore that area of herself this season, or how will she fight it?
I think the darkness that she has inside of her exists. I think it first showed itself in like season 1 and season 2 as Dark Betty because she didn't know how to handle it. So it was more of just like a costume or a persona, but now it's actually just like a part of herself that lives inside of her that she's aware of and doesn't try to you know, I think she's coming to terms with not being ashamed of the fact that she has a little bit of darkness inside of her, but everyone does. So I think it's sort of, she's evolved. It's just making her a more dimensional human being, and she's accepting herself a little bit more and more each season, rather than like dressing up as this figure that's supposed to be representative of part of her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
so much.